Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and I don't care who get mad, right? And it's about the Bible. Every time I post something that says something about the Bible, I get a billion comments on somebody talking about you can't do this, you can't do that. I don't care. Okay, so look, the story of Job, it's always preached as Job. It was a story about faith and testing Job's faith. Man, crap, forget that crap. The story of Job is a freaking horror show, right? The story of Job is a horror show, right? That I do not understand. And if you're going to be honest with yourself, you don't understand it either, because the story starts off like this. Here's Satan, and here's God in heaven, right? Satan mentions nothing about Job. Who introduces the thought of Satan going down to Job? I'm going to let y'all answer that. So let's get that out the way. So the story starts off again where it says Job was a righteous and upright man, right? So tell me in the first place why a upright and righteous man would get put through this. And tell me in the second place who was the one who started the conversation about Job who was righteous and upright, right? So if we just want to test your faith, let me ask y'all just a really simple question. Was there another way that this could have been done? Because what happened to Job is a freaking horror movie that none of us would want to go through. And I can tell you the truth, none of us agree with it. I don't agree with the story of Job at all. That's just critical thinking. Let's get past all of the, oh, it was beautiful and he got kids. Job lost 10 kids of his died. Job suffered tremendously and asked why, and Job did not get an answer, right? So if any of y'all think that it's appropriate for 10 of your children, how about just one of your children, to get murdered so that your faith can be tested, please leave a comment down there. I want to see who this person is that don't mind their 10 kids getting killed. Because even though Job got kids back in the end, because everybody want to preach, but look at it at the end, he got double. Who gives a damn? His kid's still dead. Y'all sometimes people read past some of the most horrific stuff and get to a point, all you're saying is he got more kids back and more wealth back. So he just forgot about the 10 kids that he lost. Please stop preaching the story of Job as if it's some story of hero faith that we all ought to be mesmerized by. The story of Job is a freaking nightmare.